Welcome to the super fast TouchDesigner tutorial series. In this tutorial, we will learn how to build a procedural instancing network controlled by MediaPipe hand gestures that utilizes an advanced math combined pop to calculate distance and physical attraction and displacement. We will map a dynamic texture 3D top onto these instances and control parameters to animate the instances with a MediaPipe hand tracking process. And if you want to skip the setup process to download the completely finished file, you can get it on my Patreon right away. So let's look at the network structure. Chapter 1. Overview. Alright, we start by generating our base structure using a sphere pop and displacing its points with multiple layers of noise pops. Next, we calculate our specific attraction vectors by pulling data from a constant CHOP directly into a math combined pop to push the particles around. Then we instance rectangles onto this processed data using a copy pop and convert our points into scale and custom texture coordinates. We will use hand tracking to animate some parameters, and by the way, if you want to master these workflows or find beginner courses, you can join over 400 students getting feedback in my school community, linked below. Alright, let's start the tutorial. Chapter 2. Network. I have the tracker running in my browser. To check the connection, you can go to the Connect tab and click the WebSocket option. This will show you the host name and the port. This is the connection to TouchDesigner. You can see the port number should be the same. Also in the bottom bar, you can check the green WebSocket icon is on. Then in the Source tab, you can choose your video input from a file, screen capture, or your webcam. Now, once you have the hands tracker active, you can explore the presets or create new ones. Here you have both hands data and all the active outputs, where you can make your own custom selection of controllers, one by one or by groups. You can also choose the color. Now back in TouchDesigner. In the tracker plugin settings, I activated the gestures for left and right hands, also the index for the left and right. When you enable the inputs, they appear automatically as chops. For this project, I will use open palm, pointing up, and victory. Each select has its own logic to normalize the values and their respective outputs: number scale, normal rotate, attractor Z, displace, and attractor XY. All these will be used for controlling animation values. Alright, grab a sphere pop and set the frequency parameter to 7. We will use this dense mesh as our starting point, now connected directly to a noise pop for our very first layer of displacement. And hey, if you find this entire network interesting but maybe do not want to build it all from scratch, you can just grab the finished project file on my Patreon. There are over 7,000 subscribers there who get access to all my project files, custom TouchDesigner plugins, and some free VJ packs. If you prefer to just jump straight in and experiment, the link for that is also in the description. Okay, moving to the parameters of that noise pop, change the type to Simplex 3D and set the period to 1.04. For the amplitude, we will use the hand tracking channel named Victory. Under the transform page, leave translate X and Y at 0 and set translate Z to ABS time.seconds multiplied by 0.1. Connect this to a second noise pop to add another layer of variance. Keep the type as Simplex 3D, but reduce the period down to 0.17. For its amplitude parameter, reference the open palm channel from the normal rotate CHOP. Set only the translate Z parameter to abs time.seconds. On the output page, change the combine attribute scope to N. We are combining multiple noise operations here, so we can separate the gross displacement of the geometry from the fine details, allowing us to have total control over the distortion shape. Connect this second noise pop into a random pop. Change the random size parameter to 1, and change the value B parameter to 20. Under the random settings, change the combine operation to set, and change the output attribute scope to W. Turn on override automatic attribute, and ensure your attribute type is set to int. Next, connect the random pop into a lookup channel pop. For the CHOP parameter, reference the number scale. Set the lookup index attributes to P2, and define your output attribute scope as scale. Now let us build our attraction math logic. Drop in a constant CHOP, which we will name attractor. Create 5 channels: Tx, Ty, Tz, radius, and strength. For Tx and Ty, we need to reference the move x and move y values into this constant, and for Tz, reference the pointing up value from the attractor z CHOP. Set the radius channel to 0.91 and strength channel to 1. Add a math combine pop. In the uniforms page, add the names AP, R, S, and 0. Set the first one to float 3. In the value fields, grab the values from the attractor constant CHOP we just created, pulling the Tx, Ty, Tz, and also radius and strength. In the new page, create custom names dv, dist, fall, and one more for displacement. Now change the dv and disp components to 3. Moving over to the combine page, set your operations to A minus B, set scope A to P, and then scope B to AP. The result scope should be dv. Next operation, set it to length A, set scope A to dv, and the result scope to dist. Next operation should be smooth step A, B, C, and set scope A to R, scope B to 0, scope C to distance, and the result, scope to fall. Next operation is normalize A, set scope A to dv, and the result, scope to disp. The next operation should be A times B times C, and set the scope A to disp, scope B to fall, and scope C to S. The result should be disp, and for the final operation set A plus B, and set the scope A to P, and scope B to disp, then set the result scope to P. This math combined setup acts as a visual compute shader to build a spherical repulsor. It inputs variables like attractor position, radius, and strength. Then it calculates the directional vector and distance from the attractor to each point. By using a smooth step function, it creates a fall-off gradient to scale the normalized displacement vector, finally adding it to the point's source position. Bring in a rectangle pop as our base instancing shape, and set the uniform scale to 0.15. Connect the rectangle pop to the first input of a copy pop, and connect our math combine pop directly into the second input. Looking at the copy pop template page, turn on template scale, and make sure the scale attribute is mapping to scale. Turn on template rotate to vector as well. Over on the template attributes page, enable use template point attributes, and define the names parameter as W. We use the scale attribute on the copy pop to ensure each copied element correctly inherits its size from our process values and gives depth to the final particle system. By the way, if you are enjoying this and want to learn a bit more about TouchDesigner, you are always welcome to join my school community. We have over 400 students learning together right now. It is a great place to find beginner courses, get feedback on your project files, and just network with other creators. If that sounds helpful to you, I will leave the link down in the description. All right, to get our coordinates right, connect the copy pop to another math combine pop. In the combine page, set operation to A, and set scope A to W. Then in the resit scope, type text.z. Now add a transform pop, but set the rotate Y to ABS time.seconds multiplied by 30. Set the uniform scale to reference the pointing up channel from the size math chop. Now add 2 select pops, and grab the final transform. Now add a geometry comp for both select tops. Add a constant matte. And point our first geometry comp to it. Set its color to black. Let's generate that custom 3D texture. Grab a text top. And into the text field, type abstime.frame modulo 10. This logic uses the modulo operator to transform an infinite timeline into a repeating loop. Since abstime.frame increases continuously during playback, dividing it by 10 and extracting the remainder forces a mathematical reset, creating a continuous sequence that ranges from 0 to 9. Now, under Font, change Auto Size Font to Auto Fit Always. Change the text color to black. Connect the text top into a flip top. And just check the Flip X toggle to true. We are flipping our text top horizontally before passing it to the texture 3D top, because instanced textures sometimes flip across specific axes depending on the camera angle, so this corrects our mapping orientation. Connect the flip top directly to a texture 3D top. Under the cache page, change the type to 2D texture array. Now add this top into the color map from the material. Now drop one more constant matte and assign it to the second geometry comp, and just leave everything exactly at default settings. Drop in a standard camera comp into the network to view our geometric setup. Now create a render top. In the render page, set the geometry path to point to our black geometry comp. Create another render top, but this time set the geometry to point to our white geometry comp. Connect both render tops into a composite top, and then change the composite operation to over. Feed this composite top into a level top and change brightness to 2. Bring in a screen grab top. Select your source. I have 2 displays, so I am choosing display 2. You can adjust the framing if you need. Connect this straight into another level top. Now create a ramp top. Keep the color to black. In the common settings, specify the resolution to 1280 by 720. Connect the level top and the ramp into a new composite top. Set the composite operation to a top. Take the output of the last level top from the render stream and plug it into the first input of a final composite top. Take our atop composite node and connect it into the second input. Drop the composite operation down to over. The hand gestures are all working just fine, and the animations play smoothly. Finally, connect this entire visual chain out into a null top and just name it BG. Perfect, we are all done. I hope you've successfully completed this tutorial. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments.